Hi, welcome to the series of video lectures on microwave engineering. So we are discussing traveling wave tubes. In the previous lecture we have discussed wave modes. Today we will derive the gain or power gain of traveling wave tube. So as we have seen in the previous lecture that there are four modes of propagation in the traveling wave tube. See, this is the traveling wave tube slow wave structure. So this is the slow wave structure which I have explained in the previous class. This is the RF input which is to be amplified, which is given to this one end of the helix. So this is the amplified output at the other end of the helix. Let us assume that, say this is the positive z axis. Let us assume that the input, RF input is applied at say z is equal to 0 location. The output is taken at a location z is equal to L, where L is the length of the slow wave structure. So what is z is equal to 0? Z is equal to 0 is the location at which the RF input is applied. Z is equal to L is the length at which the RF output is taken. Now, so as we have seen that there are four propagation constants: gamma 1, gamma 2, gamma 3 and gamma 4. So gamma 1, gamma 2, gamma 3 corresponds to the propagation constants of three forward traveling waves, whereas gamma 4 corresponds to the backward traveling wave. So as we have seen, there are four propagation constants corresponding to four modes of propagation of O-type helix traveling wave tube. So we have derived very important formulas for gamma 1, gamma 2, gamma 3 and gamma 4. So these are the propagation constants. Gamma 1 is equal to this, gamma 2 is equal to this formula, gamma 3 is equal to this, gamma 4 is equal to this. So these formulas are very important while solving the problems. We have to derive we have to find out gamma 1, gamma 2, gamma 3 and gamma 4 in various problems. You have to remember these formulas. Now let us assume that V of 0 is the initial amplitude of the RF signal which is to be amplified. That V of 0 is what? It is the initial amplitude of the RF signal which is to be amplified. So because it is at z is equal to 0 location, that is we have taken it as the initial amplitude is taken as V of 0. Suppose if the circuit or traveling wave tube is perfectly matched, if TWT your circuit is perfectly matched, so then there will be no backward traveling wave. So as you know that from transmission line theory, if the traveling wave tube, the circuit is properly matched, so then there will be no reflected wave or no backward traveling wave. So in that case, the total circuit voltage is equal to sum of voltages of three forward traveling waves. So what is this? Traveling waves. What is this statement? So then the total circuit voltage of this traveling wave tube or the circuit is equal to sum of voltages of three forward traveling waves. So that is written as the total circuit voltage V of Z. So that is equal to V1 so into e power minus gamma 1 into Z plus V2 into e power minus gamma 2 into Z plus V3 into e power minus gamma 3 into Z. Because there is no backward wave, because the circuit is perfectly matched. So this is the total circuit voltage at any distance Z on the traveling wave tube. So where V1 and V2 and V3 are initial amplitudes of three forward traveling waves. V1, so like before that, so we write here what is this is exponentially very important. I have explained. So this is exponentially growing wave. So this is the exponentially growing wave. as the nature of gamma 1 is exponentially increasing wave. What is gamma 2? So gamma 2 is exponential. What is the nature of gamma 2? Gamma 2 is exponentially decreasing wave. Decreasing wave. So gamma 3, what is the nature of the amplitude remains constant. Amplitude remains constant. So we have derived the nature of the 4 propagation constants. So the first propagation constant, the wave corresponding to this is an exponentially growing wave. So there is a transfer of energy from this wave to this wave from the electron beam. For this is exponentially decreasing wave. There is a transfer of energy from this wave to the electron beam. For the third term, the amplitude remains constant. There is no transfer of energy between the wave and the electron beam. Here V1, V2 and V3 are initial amplitudes of 3 forward traveling waves. First we have to write the total circuit voltage. Remember that it is basically TWT is an amplifier. We are finding out what is the gain of this amplifier, power gain of this amplifier. Similarly, the convection current of electron beam, small I, we have derived this expression, is given as small I is equal to J beta suffix E into I naught by 2 V naught cathode voltage into, so J beta E minus gamma whole square into axial electric field amplitude E1. So we have derived this expression in the convection current derivation. So this is summation. In terms of summation, this is also written as n is equal to 1, 2, 3. So Vn into e power minus gamma suffix n into z. So in terms of summation, this is written as like that. So this is the convection current. So in this convection current, so let us assume some of the assumptions we take. So E1, what is E1? E and V relation, grad V, but minus dou V by dou Z, that is written as gamma V. Replace E1 by gamma V. C del is much less than 1. Another substitution gamma. So gamma is equal to J beta E into 1 minus C delta. So after substituting these 3 conditions in this equation, so this convection current is written as, for 3 forward traveling waves, I of Z is written as minus summation of n is equal to 1, 2, 3 I naught by 2 V naught into C square into Vn by del n square into e power minus gamma n into z. So this is corresponding to 3 forward traveling waves. Summation n is equal to 1, 2, 3. This is, there are 3 forward traveling waves. So n is equal to 1, 2, 3 corresponds to 3 forward traveling waves. Similarly, we have derived one more expression. The velocity perturbation is given as, so the amplitude we have derived one more expression, V1 is equal to minus E by M by, so J omega minus gamma V naught, velocity V naught into amplitude of axial electric field. So we have derived this expression also. In this expression, let C del is much less than 1 and assume that the velocity is equal to 2E V naught cathode voltage by M. So this is formula we know, and again substitute So omega or velocity v0 is equal to omega by beta e. So from which omega is equal to beta e into v naught. Make these and E1 is equal to gamma v, similar to earlier one. So make all the substitutions in this equation. So therefore this equation for 3 forward traveling waves is written as minus summation n is equal to 1 to 3, summation 1 is equal to j into v naught by 2 v naught, just c square is replaced by c. So Vn will remain as it is, del n square is replaced by del n. So e power minus gamma suffix n into z. So first you have to frame these equations. Now at z is equal to 0, at z is equal to 0, at z is equal to 0, coming to this equation. So coming to this equation at z is equal to 0, the circuit voltage is written as V1 plus V2 plus V3. So therefore the circuit voltage is written as V1 plus V2 plus V3. Say equation 1. Similarly at z is equal to 0, this equation I of z. So I of z is written as I of 0. So it is equal to minus I0 by 2V0 c square into V1 by del 1 square plus V2 by del 2 square plus V3 by del 3 square. So let us call this as equation 2. Similarly, so the velocity perturbation at z is equal to 0, substitute in this equation. So therefore minus j v naught by 2 v naught c into v1 by del 1 plus v2 by del 2 plus v3 by del 3. Say equation 3. The simultaneous solution of 1, 2 and 3 for I of 0 is equal to 0. So that is for I of 0 is equal to 0 and V1 of 0 is equal to 0 is given as, see, the simultaneous solutions of this equation for I of 0 is equal to 0 and V1 of 0 is equal to 0 is given as, so V1 the amplitude of first forward traveling wave, so V2 the amplitude of second forward traveling wave, V3 the amplitude of third forward traveling wave is equal to, so V0 by 3. So this is the very important equation. So you have to remember that. What that means, the initial amplitude V0 is equally split into three forward traveling waves, that is V0 by 3, V0 by 3 and V0 by 3. Now, so from this equation you can see that, so this is the exponentially growing wave, so this is the exponentially decreasing wave, so it will not exchange any energy. So therefore, if the length of the slow wave structure is very large, that means at z is equal to L, so therefore this term will become a dominant factor because this wave is exponentially growing wave. The output voltage at z is equal to L is mainly because of this growing wave. So therefore that condition we write here. So at z is equal to L, the output voltage is mainly due to exponentially growing wave. Assuming that the length of slow wave structure is large. The length of the slow wave structure is large. the output, you can see that the output at Z is equal to L, the output at Z is equal to is mainly due to the first forward traveling wave which is growing exponentially. So that voltage is nothing but as output voltage at Z is equal to L. So therefore substitute in this equation Z is equal to L and remove these terms because this is the mainly dominating component. So therefore V of L, the output voltage at L is nothing but as V1 into e power minus gamma 1 into L. So because neglect the remaining terms because this is the mainly contributing term for amplification. So therefore substitute what is V1. So V1 is nothing but as V0 by 3. So which we have calculated. So e power minus what is gamma 1. So gamma 1 is minus root 3 by 2. So beta e into C plus j beta e into 1 plus C by 2 into L. So separate these terms. So therefore V of L, the output voltage at L is equal to 0 is, so therefore this is written as V of 0 by 3. Separate exponential terms. So therefore this is written as e power root 3 by 2. So beta e into C into L into exponential term of minus j suffix beta e 1 plus C by 2 into L. So therefore what is the amplitude of the signal? So this is the amplitude of growing wave, exponentially growing wave at Z is equal to L. Now one more slight correction will make. The electrical path length, so what is the electrical path length formula we know? So beta suffix E into L, so which is known as electrical path length from circuit theory, so which is represented as 2 pi n, where, so this formula is also very very important, where n is equal to circuit length in terms of electronic wavelength lambda e. We will take, so what is beta? As you know, beta formula is 2 pi by lambda e into L, so that is equal to 2 pi n. 2 pi gets cancels out, from which n is equal to L by lambda e. So this is the circuit length n in terms of wavelength lambda e. So now in this equation replace beta e into L, so beta e suffix L by 2 pi n. So therefore V of L is written as V of 0 by 3. So V of 0 by 3. So this is after substituting beta e into 2 pi n. 2 gets cancels out. So therefore this is written as root 3 pi NC. So this is the amplitude. So we will take only the amplitude of this wave at length L. So this is the amplitude of the wave. So now, so what is the gain? The gain of the amplifier, the gain is written as the output voltage by input voltage. So the input voltage V of 0, the output voltage is V of L, so which is given by 1 by 3 into e power root 3 pi NC. So now what is the power gain? The power gain of the circuit, is, so it is represented with A suffix P, so that is equal to 10 log to the base 10 output voltage by input voltage whole square. So you can write it as, the 2 will come in front, so that is given as 20 log to the base 10 V of L by V of 0. Substitute V of L by V of 0, so this is V of L by V of 0, the output voltage to input voltage ratio. Now here in this, so therefore the power gain AP, so that is equal to 20 log to the base 10, that is equal to 1 by 3 into e power root 3 pi n c. We separate log A plus log B formula, so therefore we can get it as 20 log to the base 10 1 by 3 plus 20 into root 3 into pi into nc into log e base to the 10. So if you calculate this value, the power gain will come out as minus 9.54 plus, if you calculate log e with respect to base 10 in calculator and multiply it by 20, multiplied by root 3 and multiplied by pi, 3.14, so it will come out as 47.3 NC. So 47.3 NC. So this is a very important formula, the power gain derivation of traveling wave tube. See here, so this is which is in dB, decibels. So the initial loss, you can see that minus 9.54, the initial loss is because of the input voltage, because of the input voltage V of 0 is equally split into V of 0 by 3, V of 0 by 3, so V of 0 by 3 into 3 forward traveling, because the initial input voltage amplitude V of 0 is equally split into V of 0 by 3, V of 0 by 3, V of 0 by 3 to 3 forward traveling waves. Because of this amplitude splitting, this loss comes. So this loss minus 9.54 dB comes. So therefore the loss, finally we write the loss minus 9.54 dB is due to the input voltage, that is which is to be amplified, that is input voltage V of 0 is equally split into 3 amplitudes of forward waves V of 0 by 3. So because of this loss will come minus 9.54 dB. So this is all about this very important question in the examination, very important derivation in the examination. So the gain of traveling wave tube, this formula is very important, minus 9.54 plus 47.3 NC, where N is the circuit length and C is the traveling wave tube gain parameter. Thank you.